Here are 10 reasons why you haven't sent V10, and we're starting right now. Hey guys, this is Bryan with some more Bomber Beta. If you guys like climbing hard stuff, consider subscribing because that's all I talk about. So just to get this out of the way real quick, this is not just for climbing V10, this is for climbing anything that seems unreachably hard for you. And if you do these things and you focus really hard, you can actually send your project. And I apologize, when I ordered these, I made the worst first and the best last, so I guess you guys are gonna have to watch the whole video. Sorry. Reason number 1. You haven't tried one. Now, I'm not saying just go out and try a V10 if you're a V3 climber. I don't think that's going to help you. You'll probably get injured or just not have a very fun time. What I'm saying is go and try a hard climb for yourself. Not too hard, but just harder than you've ever climbed. And I think this is a good way to try to push your limits. When it comes to trying something that's really hard for yourself, you have to be careful and not just get on the most classic hard climb in your area when you have no chance of doing it. There is some amount of respect we have to have for the rock, and trying an extremely classic hard climb when you have no chance of doing it is just not super cool. But if you're close, then it's acceptable. And that's something that you guys can play around with. And I'm not saying you can't try something. I think everybody has the right to try anything they want. I just personally won't go and try a super hard climb for myself that's super classic without even thinking I have a chance. Reason number 2, you aren't sticking to your goals. If you set this goal, for example, to climb V10, then that's all you need to do. Don't go and do other things that don't help you reach that goal. One thing to do is don't waste your time trying climbs that aren't that climb that you want to do. If you waste your skin, if you waste your energy, it's going to hurt you in the long run. So stick to that goal. Do whatever you have to do to make it to that goal, and you will succeed. Reason number 3, you're not training enough. Or you're training too much. Well, you're just not training right. A lot of people will go to the gym and spend hours upon hours of just chatting with their friends and casually climbing some climbs that are fun to them. Now, I'm not saying don't do that because that's really enjoyable, but if your goal is to climb a certain climb or a certain grade or a certain volume or something like that, you're going to need to train the way you need to train to get to that point. Now, that is a whole, series of videos that I could make on how to train for specific goals. One thing is just pick something and stick with it. Don't waste your time doing things that aren't helping you get to that point. Reason number 4, you're not eating right. This one's pretty obvious, but if you don't eat properly, you're not going to be able to perform at your limit. It's a matter of a fact. It's very hard to eat like total crap and climb at your limit. Not only is weight a big issue in climbing, and if you eat a lot of junk food, you're more likely to gain some excess weight that doesn't actually help you climb. So just be careful with your eating, try to eat healthy, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Reason number 5, you're not sleeping enough. This is something that can go under the radar for a long period of time, and it hurt me for years. I was working a job that I had to commute over an hour for, and I was sleeping maybe 6 hours a night at best during the week, and that was not helping me at all. So, guys, focus on your sleep. Your sleep is where you're getting stronger. You're not getting stronger in the gym. You're getting stronger after you eat and after you sleep. Reason number 6, you don't live near climbing. This can be really hard. I first started climbing, I lived in Florida, and this made it almost impossible to try to climb hard. I spent 3 trips up to Chattanooga, Tennessee to send my first V7, and that was a big commitment. It took a lot to travel 8+ hours to just get on my project. So if you guys don't live near climbing, you guys need to prioritize those trips and be very smart during those trips to get the best quality climbing in, because quality over quantity if you want to send these hard projects. Reason number 7, you're impatient. Especially all you gym climbers, you guys do not rest in between sets. You throw yourself at climbs, you don't think about the right beta, and before you know it, you're super wrecked and your weekend's shot. So really focus on being patient. You need to think, use your mind. Do not waste your energy without putting in quality burns on your project. Sit there, watch other people try it. Collect beta. Try different things without giving too much effort. Figure out what's going to be the best for you, and then rest. Rest for up to 15 minutes before your send burn. Seriously, I will set a timer on my phone for 15 minutes, and I will not climb until that timer goes off. And that has been one of the most crucial things to me sending my projects. So just be really careful and do not get impatient. Reason number 8, you're afraid of failure. Trying a hard project is often going to end in you failing. I mean, I can't tell you how many sessions that I've put in on climbs that I just never knew if I was going to send. And that's frustrating. And there are some climbs that are left open for me right now that they eat me up inside. But that putting myself out there and trying these climbs that I might not be able to do is, something that you have to do in order to send your hardest climb. If you go in and you send your hardest climb ever in one session, that's not your hardest climb you could do. You have to put in the time, and you have to be able to fail, because all that failure is going to build up, and then when you get that success, it is the best feeling in the world. Reason number 9, you suck, try harder. That's the motto of Olympian Kyra Condie, and I think it's a very good motto to have, because a lot of people just don't really try hard. And that's something that it's hard to convey over the internet. I'm sitting here telling you to try hard, like that's going to mean anything to you. But seriously, getting these really quality, high intensity training sessions and high intensity burns on your project are like the hardest part of climbing, is actually trying really, really hard. Like, you might go up and, let's say you are giving like 80% on your project and you feel like you're trying hard. I promise you have that extra 20% that you're not giving. I mean, if you've ever just walked up to a thing after failing on it, and then just something happened, maybe your friend said something, maybe you just felt a little different and you just went for it and sent that thing, like that is what you need to focus on channeling all the time. Trying hard is the holy grail of climbing. Like, that is what you need to do, not only in your climbing but in your training. Like, hard training sessions is what's going to make you the best climber. So you suck, try harder. And this one might be my favorite one. Reason number 10 is you make way too many excuses. And before you jump out of this video, I'm going to read my favorite quote from a climber ever. And this is Alexander Magos, and that guy is an absolute beast. There is not too short, too tall, too heavy, too warm, too wet, too humid. There is just one excuse: too weak. I'm going to leave you guys with that, because if you guys focus on the fact that the only reason you can't climb a climb is because you're too weak, that leaves you with one option, is to get stronger. I promise you, whatever it takes, if you put in hard work and you do all these things right and you get stronger, you will send something that you never dreamed you could.